Is your shadow causing you to procrastinate on your dreams, on your inner witch release, your visibility, your freedom from feeling like you can't be yourself? Probably. I'm Sara, founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and I have been helping witchy women that are in their sort of midlife time navigate the crossroads that is refining who you will be and reconciling who you have been to this point in time. Been doing this since 2016, and I'm excited to have you here for this YouTube series. This is part one of a 4-part series. And I want to start this series by looking at your purpose and procrastinating on your purpose. And so much of what we think is keeping us procrastinating, not being ready, not knowing enough, maybe feeling like we're not educated enough, or we need more resources first. Something has to fall in line before we can do the thing that we want to do. That is not actually most often why we are procrastinating. It all has to do with your shadow. It has to do with your energy around purpose. And to understand that, we must understand what procrastination is. Now, we are in the month of September, and that means that we are in this sort of back to work, back to everyday life coming out of the summer months. You might be in back to school season, depending on your age and stage of life. If you've got kids or grandkids or nieces, nephews, or maybe you yourself are going back to school. Right after this, we start to get into the harvest festivals where we have our family holidays. We are looking at the end of the year and starting to think of the year to come. And this is where we have to look at our vision boards, our resolutions for the year, our to-do lists, and wonder why we are still right here where we were when we made those resolutions, when we made those vision boards, those to-do lists, and our dreams, our hopes, our habits we wanted to develop are simply gathering dust. They are not amplifying, they are not growing in the way that we wanted them to. And when we see that, we might start to think some stories about ourselves, like that we're lazy or we're just really bad procrastinators. We lack determination or motivation, or there's some skill that other people have that we just don't have, that you just don't have if you are feeling like you're procrastinating, you're not making progress. Well, I spent 5 years as an executive function skills coach. I have a background in education. I was a teacher, I have my master's degree in education. And if there's one thing I know to be true about these stories that we tell ourselves around who we are, how we are, what we are and are not capable of, it is that these stories start to form at a young age. When we go through school and we go through life and we find that there's some things we're just not ready for, some things we're just not as good at as other people are. And we start to put these stories into our energy and allow those stories to define what it is that we think is possible for us as we move through our lives. Procrastination is not a laziness symptom. It is not a sign of laziness. It is a safety mechanism. When we are procrastinating, our energy is not quite yet aligned with the thing that it is that we are looking to do. And when we look at women in the world that we live in, the history of women in society, when we look back at the witch crazes and the way the word witch is used, and it's centered mainly on women and people who are othered and people who do not fit into mainstream society, these inner wounds, the wounds of the witch wound, the wounds of visibility and rejection and fear of failure and fear of being made a mockery of or being misunderstood, the fear of being sort of displayed at the court of public opinion and hearing what everybody thinks about you because you're trying something that they don't understand. These are the wounds, the stories that live in our shadow that will keep us in procrastination and not moving forward on those hopes, those dreams, those resolutions that we put on our vision board. And when it comes to the end of the year, we're looking at them and wondering, why am I not good enough? What did I do again this year to cause this to happen, where I didn't move forward in the way that I wanted to and I didn't make the progress that I wanted to make? autumn energy with the shedding of the leaves on the trees, the shifts in temperatures, the harvest festivals that we have upon us, where we're looking at family gatherings and we're looking at gratitude and we're looking at gift giving. All of this through the end of the year really forces us to look at our shadow, to look at what it is that needs to be released so that we can move from this place of preservation and safety around these wounds that we don't want to have exposed or have salt poured into, and really move into our purpose. When you're procrastinating on your purpose, though, and you are not living the life that feels energetically aligned to you, you're not only procrastinating on your purpose, you're procrastinating on your power. And at this point in time that we are all experiencing right now, if there's one thing that we all need, it's to feel sovereign, to feel whole, to feel safe, to feel secure in our power. It is in our personal power that we are able to live our purpose with confidence, that we are able to be the unshakable light in the world around us and be the beacon and the temperature holder for those around us when there is chaos and there is uncertainty and we just aren't sure what to make of the ever evolving and quickly evolving world that we are living in. Your procrastination on your purpose is causing you to procrastinate on owning your power and remaining steadfast and resolute no matter what happens. And that is the mark and the key of a witchy woman, that she is able to be unshakable, come back to clear, cool, confident action and a sense of inner self knowing no matter what chaos is happening around her. So, all of this procrastination that you might be experiencing wherever it's happening in your life, it's not a flaw. It's not something you have to fix. It doesn't mean that you're not ready. It is a shadow story that we want to reconcile during this time of year as our shadows are being shown to us left, right, and center because of all of the people that we're going to engage with throughout the end of the year, these family gatherings, these friendship gatherings, and starting to think about the next year ahead and resolving the resolutions, the goals, the habits, all the things that we did not meet this year. Your shadows are going to pop up because of that. And when those pop up, those are stories to work through so that you can come back to your purpose and your power. You can see that witch wound for what it is. It is a shadow, it's a fear, and we can work with it to propel ourselves forward and feel into energy that's actually aligned with where we want to go and who we are on the inside. All right. In the next video, we're going to explore this topic further. But for now, I would love to hear in the comments of this video, are you a person who notices that your shadow, your resentment, your frustration, your anger, maybe your sadness, your guilt, your shame, whatever it is more apparent in the end of the year when you have the family gatherings and you have the holidays and the expectations on you? Do you experience that in your life? I know I do. And I'd love to generate a conversation about this in the comments. Be sure also to go over to our posting area where we are Team Sisters Enchanted is always posting fun things for you over there to engage with so we can get to know you better and you can get to know other people who are coming to the Sisters Enchanted community. All right, y'all. Until the next video, head to the description for more info on what we're doing here, the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay magic, Enchanted Sister.